post-COVID.
I'll
Since
give it to
post-COVID.
Streaming? Nothing yet. Thumbs up, okay. Joe, would you like to lead us in the pledge? To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks. Okay, I'll ask for the approval of minutes from our meeting of May 17th. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by Rhett, is there a second? Seconded by Troy. Any additional comments, questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I believe there are no public comments for this meeting. And Kevin Wilkins is going to give us an update on our local labor monitoring report. Good afternoon, Kevin.
Good afternoon. So this report covers our visits between May 1st and May 31st, 2022. During this period, we made 70 monthly site visits. During this period, we made 5 follow-up visits. We checked the residency with 526 workers. We had 8 issues of non-compliance. 4 of those were no proof of residence. Over 4 jobs, 3 of which were out of area. That was on 1 job. We had 1 invalid ID. USRA Manitow, the current overall was 71.4 at the time of this report. As of May 31st, 2022, all monitored sites were in compliance at the time of our inspection. We had 2 new COMIDA signs delivered. That was to Toptica Photonics and Vigneri Chocolates.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Kevin? All right.
Okay, have a great day.
Appreciate it,
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Next item is the local labor exemptions report. I understand Brian Fountain is not attending today's meeting. Anything out of the ordinary that, I mean, information is in your packet.
Is this gonna be on hold?
Why?
The job site's been evacuated. Construction workers were asked to leave the site. I drove by to see where the canopy was. It's not installed. The canopy is specific to Amazon.
Mhm.
Is this something that they're gonna worry about putting up? It's not a requirement to finish the.
They don't have a certificate of occupancy yet for the building, and there's been no decision on the future yet, as far as we understand, but as soon as we know something, we'll share it. But right now, it's not being occupied because there isn't a certificate of occupancy.
So is this exemption for the shelter gonna be on hold?
Oh, I think that I'm not sure whether they're gonna do the install. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
My concern is if this job site is gonna be suspended, and this canopy is specific to Amazon, and Amazon's looking for another tenant, is it going to be this, you're gonna be specific to,
Right.
New customer and might not want it to look like all the other Amazons.
Right.
That's what this shelter is going to portray.
We'll find out about that, assuming they go for the install, the exemption will be in place. If they don't, we'll let you know.
I'm just
I understand.
rewarding negative behavior with an exemption is my concern. If it's not gonna be an Amazon site, it shouldn't look like an Amazon, and we shouldn't be waiving for local labor if it's gonna be. That's all.
We don't know, anything beyond the fact that they're cutting back on their expansion plans or looking to sublet, whether they're still gonna do the entrance canopy to finish it off before they try to get someone else.
Oh, it's a big canopy.
It's
It's a big canopy. It's not gonna be a small, and I just don't wanna continue incentive, right?
Understood.
I would kinda like to see this put on hold, is what I would like to see the waiver be put on hold.
We let Ryan know that.
We'll communicate with Brian about your concerns, and we'll keep the board up to speed on our understanding of the status of work at the site. It's still new to us as well, this, the project being on hold.
Yeah.
And as it was mentioned, last week in our prep conversation, this was set in motion before it came to our understanding that things were going about it.
And it's equivalent to 150 jobs. All right, any other comments on that? Moving along to our first application. Whoops, we're going to skip the financial report. Greg is not able to be with us, and he said there was notes.
I have bullets from him.
Okay. Jump right in.
You want me to read them?
Of course.
Cash is up $740 from year end. Our workforce development fund is at 2.7 million. 216,000 of the, so remember we started at 2.5, and then the additional has been earned from fee income received so far this year. And just a reminder that to date, we've only awarded one project. The Yamatech project has received a $400,000 request. Prepaid expenses made up mainly of PTAC and the county comprehensive plan that spans over 2 years. So it's just a timing issue. Fee income slowed down in May, but we anticipate, but he's saying 2.7 million is due from 2021 projects and 4.8 is due from 22 projects. Respectively, we anticipate income will speed up again as the year continues. More than half of the program and community development budget has been spent through May, mostly on Empower Healthcare, GRE, and the Jazz Festival. We know that additional requests will be coming throughout the year, including 2 requests today. In summary, the IDA is in a very strong position for the year. It's likely that we will surpass the full year income budget before the end of the summer.
Okay, thanks, Robin. If you're just looking at year-to-date actual, we're tracking with last year and last year with Banner. And we know there's a lot more, as you mentioned, that is yet to come through the coffers. So another very successful year. So great effort by everyone involved. Okay, our first application now is Lemke Real Estate Holdings LLC.
And Lemke Real Estate Holdings LLC, a real estate holding company, proposes to construct 3 buildings on a currently vacant 5.7 acre parcel of land in the town of Henrietta for its tenant, RAL Landscape Incorporated. RAL Landscape is a family-owned landscaping business that has provided landscape maintenance, snow and ice management, and hardscape construction services for 49 years. 2 of the buildings will be used as rental space, with the 3rd building serving as the new office for RAL Landscape. This location is more centrally located and easier to access for employees and will accommodate current and future growth. RAL Landscape plans to create 9.5 new FTEs in addition to its existing 55.5 FTEs. The $2.8 million project is seeking a real property tax abatement, mortgage recording tax, and sales tax exemption. The cost to benefit ratio is 26:1.
Thank you, Anna. And we have Rick Lemke here with us today. Good afternoon. You are one of the owners.
The oldest,
I didn't say that.
and also a father. I'm Rick Lemke, my son Brett, my daughter Erin. Instead of leaving them an inheritance, we decided to invest in this.
That's
The uniqueness about this property is, we talked to the supervisor, Henrietta, it's the last undeveloped piece on Brighton Henrietta Town Line Road and the Henrietta side. There's some on the Brighton side. For anybody who's old enough to remember, it used to be the old Starlight Drive-In. And years ago, they stopped that and filled it all up. And it sat abandoned for about 25, 30 years. And we decided to take on a challenge to develop it. The uniqueness about this property, and what helped us out quite a bit, for our own business, we need to be on a bus route. Right now, we're in Hilton. A lot of gentlemen and ladies from the city try to transport out there, and it's difficult. If we can get on a bus route, we think that's going to make all the difference in the world to our company. We do a lot in Canandaigua. We also have a satellite branch in Buffalo. So this will help us out quite a bit, being in Hilton right now. The other part of it is the rental units. So if you can imagine, there's two buildings, approximately 60 by 200 feet long. We're going to rent out bays. In a bay, they would get a restroom, heat, electric, water, and drain for smaller business, for rentals. No retail. They would be able to take like a plumbing company, installation company. Imagine anything. So these people are most likely going to be startups or existing who need warehouse space. And right now, what's unique about it, there isn't anything quite like it in Monroe County. There's one in Webster that has a waiting list. There's one in Avon and that's full of a waiting list. So it's not like the public market where you have an office space and you get 10 or 12,000 square feet. This is for a smaller individual, smaller company. So that will be the first two buildings. What else? Right here, forgetting something. And a really great job introducing us. We did just start our 50th year in business. And full. And 4 of my children, I got 50 more to go. So that'll be fun. But it's a great opportunity for us. And with your help, we can make it happen.
Well, good news for you. I mean, to be in business as long as you have, and now you're still growing and finding an opportunity with this particular site and having a couple of tenants with you there. Will the employees, maybe the 114 of them in Hilton, will they stay where they are?
Probably we have right now about 120 employees company-wide. We'll leave maybe 15 or 20 there to do construction and maintenance on that side of town. And then our maintenance and the rest of everybody else will come down here.
I see. And you have customers like the University of Rochester, Whiteman's, Summit, for all of your landscape.
Very, very, very fortunate. Besides having great employees, we've been with Wegmans now for 41 years. We do snow and landscaping with U of R, RIT right down the street. There's a whole mess of Wegmans close to us in Henrietta. Even the corporate offices are closer to us in Henrietta than from home. So we have long-standing clients and we'd like to keep it that way.
Great, and there was a letter of support from the town of Henrietta. Any questions? All right, let's see, we had a public hearing on June 15th. Are there any comments?
No, there
I'll have some, I do have some local labor questions for you. Are you aware of our local labor policy?
I am.
Do you anticipate any local labor exemptions at this time?
Not a one.
Good. And are you aware that any exemptions need to be requested 45 days in advance?
Yes.
Great. The seeker process is complete. We'll now move forward with the reading of the resolution on the project.
A regular meeting of the County of Monroe Industrial Development Agency.
Can we move to waive the reading and all subsequent readings?
Thank you, Joe. Is there a second? All right, all those in favor of not reading the resolutions word for word, Victor, we have in your packet, please all. Okay, so, been moved, and is there a second? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, so the motion, for the project is for inducement and final resolution approving the property tax abatement, mortgage recording tax exemption, and sales tax exemption.
I'll motion.
Thank you, Joe. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Troy. Any, comments, questions? Okay, I'll have a roll call vote. Jay is absent. Lisa?
I have to abstain.
Okay. Troy?
Yeah.
Joe?
Yes.
Brett?
Yay.
And Ann is a yay. A motion carries. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Okay, next item is O'Connell Electric.
O'Connell Electric Company Incorporated is a full-service electrical contractor providing comprehensive design, build, construction, service, maintenance, and emergency response services. The proposed project is a 20,000 square foot, two-story office building and training facility consisting of 56 offices, a large training room, and related common area. This building is necessary to accommodate O'Connell Electric's power division's continued growth and expansion. O'Connell Electric anticipates creating 5 new FTEs in addition to the existing 19 FTEs. The $6.5 million project is seeking a real property tax abatement, mortgage recording tax, and sales tax exemption. The cost to benefit ratio is 16:1.
Okay, I believe we have Richard Camping with us.
Correct.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
I'm just fine. I hope everybody's fine as well. O'Connell Electric has been in business since 1911, 111 years. We've been a fixture in Monroe County for many years prior to our corporate move, I think in 68, to Ontario County, where we presently still reside, our corporate office. We're a throughway electrical contractor. We have offices in Albany, Syracuse, 2 in Rochester, and 1 in Buffalo. Buffalo was built about 5 years ago, about the same size. It was new from brick and mortar with a green building lot. This building, 5 years later, is twice the value for a very similar building. What's happened in today's market is amazing in terms, and we are contractors, so our pricing reflects this to our customers as well. But it's very, very expensive to build buildings these days. So very happy to have the opportunity to be here in front of you and to request your help in getting this done because it is a big lift for us. We've been around a long time. We are the 25th largest electrical contractor in the United States. As tracked by ENR, Engineering with Record. We love working here. We've got 1,100 employees in our entire book of business. Power Group probably has the largest. Power Group meaning we do transmission, distribution work for the companies like RG&E, Ibero-American, the utilities that you guys use, I say. That's all rolled up into one company now, but we work all up and down the eastern seaboard, I guess. We've been to Florida. We have a division that chases storm. So when our power guys are working for RG&E in the locale and Florida has trouble, we will stop working for RG&E. It's a municipal aid type relationship, and we send 100 guys and 50 trucks to Florida to help restore power during hurricanes or whatever. So that's a big portion of what we do as well. So we have a lot of employees. We intend to move from Victor about 30 employees that I don't know exactly where they all live. Some of them probably already live in Monroe County and travel to Victor to work, but I know there's many that live in the Ontario County area that would then be traveling to Monroe County. I assume we'll be putting in way more than required for our application in terms of employees, because we have provisions for 60 people there. So we're moving our vegetation services, which is kind of what, a little bit of what Lemke does prior to us, that we now have found it difficult to have subcontractors to clean and prune the trees on our power lines especially when we're in emergency situations. So now having our own division to do that, we control that 100% for our use first, and then if they're not busy, we'll try to find work elsewhere with them. But primarily they're for us, so we can respond quicker for our customers. Tell me when you're bored.
You're not gonna shock us, are you? Yes, Ward.
So we've looked at opportunity sites in Ontario County.
Yes, we have. There are many very near us, within literally a stone's throw. However, the group we're moving is located in 390 Systems Road in Henrietta. And we are trying to consolidate our employees that work in this power group division, which has become our largest division. Probably 50% of our sales come from this division. So yes, we have looked in Ontario County, but nothing quite fits. Some of it's pretty expensive, and we want the building to be in Systems Road. The biggest shock was the pricing, when the pricing came in. And so we're working with that. We'll make it happen, but we need your help, obviously. That's why we're here.
Questions from the board on this?
How many total employees are there housed in Victor currently?
Victor has in office, because you understand we're a contractor, so most of our employees are in the field. So we have about 60 in Victor right now. We intend to move upwards of 20 over to this new building.
Any other questions? All right. We did have a public hearing on June 15th. Any comments?
Yep.
Okay. I'll ask you some local labor questions. Are you aware of our local labor policy?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. Do you anticipate any local labor exemptions at this time?
Not at this time. No.
And are you aware that any exemptions need to be requested 45 days in advance?
Yes, we are.
Great, thank you. The seeker process is complete. We have waived the reading of the resolution. So I'll now ask for a motion for inducement and final resolution approving a real property tax abatement, mortgage recording tax exemption, and sales tax exemption.
So moved.
Thank you, Brett.
I'll second.
Second by Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Chad, I'm gonna take a roll call. Okay, Jay is absent. Lisa?
I have to abstain.
Troy?
Yeah.
Joe?
Yes.
Brett?
Yay.
And Ann. For all days, motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the great success.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, next project. These are all very worthwhile projects.
Yes, they are. Great
Great
projects.
Monroe County.
120 Marina Drive LLC, a real estate holding company, proposes to construct a new 22,000 square foot building for DePasquale Construction Incorporated and related entities. DePasquale Construction is a general contracting company formed in 2013. Half of this building will be leased, and the remaining 11,000 square feet will be home to DePasquale and its related entities, Garden Grove Construction Corporation, DCI Construction Management Services LLC, and DCI Property Group LLC. This new location will allow all entities to be housed together, as well as to accommodate present and future growth. The town of Greece is supportive of a custom abatement schedule. DePasquale Construction and related entities anticipate creating 11 new FTEs in addition to the existing 55 FTEs. The $4.9 million project is seeking a custom real property tax abatement, mortgage recording tax, and sales tax exemption. The cost to benefit ratio is 18-1.
Thanks, Anna. We have Jason Colleen.
Yes.
To represent this project. Good afternoon, and
Good
what is
afternoon.
your position?
I'm the vice president.
Okay.
So thanks for having me today. Give you a little history of the company. So Garden Grove Construction started out in 1994 as a residential landscaping company. They transitioned to commercial landscaping shortly after that, which led to hardscapes. Once the company started doing hardscapes, they started buying heavy equipment, which then in 1999, Garden Grove became signatory with the local unions and started doing site work on government municipality projects around Rochester with a lot of the top general contractors that are here in Rochester. Once Garden Grove grew to a certain position to be one of the top site contractors in the city, in 2013, Christopher DePasquale, our company president, started a general contracting business of his own, which is DePasquale Construction, Inc., known today. DePasquale currently works on a lot of local government municipality projects around Rochester, some of them including the Monroe County Airport snow removal building, which is down on Scottsville Road right now. We just wrapped up second and third floor renovations to the Monroe County Public Safety Building, and we are currently working on extensive renovations at the jail. So we've worked alongside Monroe County on a lot of their municipal projects. We've also done a lot of school work here in the Rochester suburbs and worked on many other public and private projects. DePasquale Construction, again, started in 2013, so it went from a startup company. I joined the company a little bit over 5 years ago. I actually quit my job at corporate America. I worked for Heidelberg, which we all know who Heidelberg is, I'm sure. Quit corporate America to come work alongside a childhood friend of mine. So Christopher DePasquale and I, if you see a little passion coming out of me, all right, the passion is that Christopher and I both are graduates from Hilton High School. We've been friends since we were 13 years old. I was in his wedding in 1997, and he actually signed my marriage certificate and was in my wedding in 2009. So it's very great that I get to work along with my childhood friend every single day and grow this company together with him. So again, DePasquale Construction started in 2013 from nothing. 5 years ago when I started, we generated roughly around $5 million in revenue. In 2021, we generated $38 million in revenue. So that's quite the growth, which has led us to be a Rochester Top 100 fastest growing company 3 of the last 4 years. Out of those 3 years, we were the only company to be located in the top 10 all 3 of those years. And I expect in November of this year, myself and our teammates will be at the convention center to celebrate another top 100 festivities. In 2021, we actually started DCI Construction Management Services so we can help local municipalities abide by the New York State WICS law managing their projects. We also started the DCI Property Group, which is going to be our real estate holdings company, which this project 120 Marina Drive is under that umbrella of the DCI Property Group. This headquarters is not only going to assist DePasquale Construction, like you mentioned, it will assist its sister companies in that growth. To be honest with you, I think the 11 FTEs that we put in the application is actually very light. I have no problem seeing that happen. When I started with the company 5 years ago, there was roughly 10 of us in a little 1,500 square foot building on Ridge Road in Spencerport. We have since put on an addition, which we have grown out of. And today we are sitting around 70 people. So to go from 10 to 70 in 5 years is pretty good. We have aspirations to continue our growth, to continue to be a Rochester Top 100 company. And this building also, with the additional 11,000 square feet that we're going to rent out for now, again, the key word is for now, because we plan on in 10 years occupying that space ourselves. We also bought the building adjacent to 120 Marina Drive, sitting at 110 Marina Drive, which is currently tenant occupied. That offers us another 18,000 square feet. So combined on Marina Drive, we have 40,000 square feet total, so that we do not have to move our company again. We picked this location because it's centrally located. We have a company philosophy, which is the team, and we believe that we are only as good as our people. Unfortunately, being in Spencerport, New York, it's very difficult to attract talent that's on the east side of the city. A lot of people do not want to commute to the west side from the east side. So we figured being centrally located in Canal Ponds will allow us to attract talent from all areas of the city. The other thing is with the canal walkways, stores, local shops, restaurants, gas stations, Wegmans nearby, it allows our people to frequent those shops in those areas on their commutes to and from work every day, which again will help us attract talent. Building this building again, like the gentleman from O'Connell Electric applied during this economy with the current escalation cost is very difficult, and that's why we're coming to you guys today to ask for some assistance to help us grow.
Terrific questions from the board. So we do have a letter of support from the town of Breeze. There's additional information in your packets. I think that the project sort of speaks for itself. We appreciate your coming in to tell us a little bit more about
Thank
it. Obviously, you've been very successful and want to keep on growing.
Yes, ma'am.
We're happy to do that and be a partner with you. Are you aware, well, first of all, there was a public hearing on June 15th. Any comments in that? I'll ask you some local labor questions. Are you aware of our local labor policy?
Yes, I am.
And do you anticipate any local labor exemptions at this time?
No, I do not.
And are you aware that any exemptions need to be requested 45 days in advance?
Yes.
Thank you. The seeker process is complete. We have waived the reading of the resolution, so I'll ask for a motion for inducement and final resolution approving a custom real property tax abatement, mortgage recording tax exemption, and sales tax exemption. So motion moved by Lisa, seconded by Troy. Any additional comments, questions? I'll take a roll call vote. Jay is absent. Lisa? Yay. Troy?
Yay.
Joe?
Yes.
Brett?
Yay.
And is a yay, so motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
Good luck.
for staying and
Success.
growing in Monroe County.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
We're gonna keep it going.
Okay, good. Okay, let's see, we're going to move into our modifications. Vigneri chocolate, Alex, Vigneri is here with us. Let me just have Anna go ahead and read through the description of what we're doing with this modification, and then I'll let you talk to us.
Thank you, Anne. Vigneri Chocolate Incorporated, a second-generation confectionery manufacturer, purchased a building in the city of Rochester and is renovating that building to expand production and distribution. The project was approved by this board in July of 2019 for mortgage recording tax exemption, sales tax exemption, as well as a property tax abatement. In January of 2021, the board approved an extension of the sales tax exemption through December 31st of 2021 due to construction delays. The applicant is now requesting an increase in project costs of $1,063,551 and an extension of the sales tax exemption through December 31st of 2023 due to construction delays and the increases in material and labor costs. The new sales tax exemption is not to exceed $215,493, and the mortgage recording tax exemption is not to exceed $24,289. The total project cost is now $3,923,551.
Hi, thanks for having me again. And more importantly, thanks for your patience. I should be thanking Kevin also because he's the one always calling on, where's this project? Yeah. So when we started this, that was the anticipation of where we were. Obviously, as you heard today, prices have gone through the roof. We had an issue with our bank, with the person that was handling the project, who was overwhelmed with PPPs, and we couldn't get that going. So they put us on a bridge loan and kind of put us aside, and more time had elapsed. Cost increase. Through that time, we realized that the general contractor on the job wasn't probably the best fit. I take responsibility for that because I'm the one who selected him. He was a little off on pricing. So what we did was we refocused the project, went with a new GC, and this is where we lie now. The project is moving forward. And it's not all total cost, although the majority of it is. We have seen significant growth. Last year was our record year. And then this year, in our first quarter, we already beat last year's sales. So our growth has been tremendous. And we have areas of the building that need to be refocused due to new contracts with gas lines and so on, of new roasting capabilities and so on. So that's where we are today, and that's where it's locked in for sure, so.
Okay, any questions? This is a modification. We'll waive the reading of the resolution, because we've all read the resolutions in our packets. So I'll ask for a motion to approve an increase in project costs of $1,063,551 and the extension of the sales tax exemption through December 31, 2023.
I'll motion it.
Thank you, Joe. Is there a second by Lisa? Any additional comments, questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks so much,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you. Okay, next modification is Panorama Landing.
Panorama Landing LLC, a Galena real estate development company, received board approval in April of 2016 for a $9,935,000 development project of the former Washington Drive-In Theater site in the town of Pittsford. The approximately 21-acre site is being developed into a new business park with 5 single-story office buildings. In November of 2018, Panorama Landing received a renewal of the sales tax exemption on the remainder of Phase 1 as the approval had expired. In June of 2020, the applicant received an increase in the amount of the mortgage to $2.8 million. And in 2021, they received an extension on the sales tax exemption through June 30th of 2022. The applicant is now requesting an extension of the sales tax exemption through December 31st of 2022 to finish the final build-out of the project.
Thank you. Any questions by the board on this modification? Okay, hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve an extension of the sales tax exemption through December 31, 2022. Motion? Moved by Troy, seconded by Joe. Any other comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Sticky bottle and public provision LLC.
Sticky Bottle LLC, a real estate holding company, purchased and is renovating a building at the public market in the city of Rochester to combine the current bakery retail operation, Flower City Bread Company, and open a full-service restaurant. The tenant is Public Provisions Incorporated. In March of 2021, this board approved a real property tax abatement and a sales tax exemption for the applicant and a sales tax exemption for the tenant to purchase new ovens and kitchen equipment for the restaurant. The applicant and tenant are seeking an extension of the sales tax exemption through December 31st of 2022 because the build out of the property was delayed by several months.
All right, any questions from the board on this modification? I'll ask for a motion to approve an extension of the sales tax exemptions through December 31, 2020.
So moved.
Moved by Rex, seconded by Joe. Any other comments, questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, our executive director on the list has a whole bunch of items for us.
Thank you, Ann, and thank you to staff for putting all of these materials together that you see in your packet. We have 2 program support requests to discuss and seek your approval on this month. The first being the Summer Soul Music Festival. This is a program that's put on by, right now we have Bayanov. Am I pronouncing that correct? Bayanov. Varick, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming here today.
Absolutely.
Varick is one of the hosts of the Summer Soul Music Festival. It's supported by the city. The festival organizers are seeking support from COMIDA to put on a community job fair at the festival this summer. The amount requested is not to exceed $7,500. You'll see in your packets a support application from the Summer Soul Music Festival. This is the 25th annual.
26 this year.
26.
We just did 25 last year.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. All right.
Yes.
So 26th annual Rochester Summer Soul Music Festival, and an opportunity to host a job fair as well as mark the county's bicentennial. Without any further ado, Varick, I'd love to put you on the spot and have you discuss a little bit more about the request and answer any questions from the board.
Yes, my company is Experience Live. I am the promoter partner for the Rochester Music Festival. Came in about 3 years ago to help, grow and make it bigger and better. As stated prior, last year was 25th anniversary, which was pretty big for us. We had Boys and Men come in right at our county venue, right at Frontier Field. And this year we had Babyface coming in to headline. So we're pretty excited about that. But what this is about, we thought it was very important. We also have a community block party and job fair element that we do that's totally free on Saturday morning, just before the show. So we let the community come out, there's community performances, a bunch of vendors, very similar to Jazz Fest. But we thought it was important to add a job fair element. And last year was really successful. We had about 30 companies out. We had RBA staffing out, which represents about 100 companies. So it was a really good turnout. And we just locked in the New York Department of Labor to be official partners for this year. So they're going to be helping along with business services. So we're super excited about that and seeking your support again.
Thank you. And I should also add that our team in the Department of Planning and Development will leverage the opportunity to promote public engagement in the ongoing comprehensive plan undertaking. We also just rolled out an active transportation plan. So we're leveraging festivals like this one to get our staff out on the ground, interacting with the public, getting folks to fill out surveys, et cetera.
Absolutely. Leverage on. Last year, we played a big part in partnering with the county as well to get COVID testing done, and also schedule opportunities for people to be vaccinated as well. So, coming into last year was tough. Nobody knew if it was going to happen or not. Thankfully, things have gotten better. And we definitely appreciate the key partnerships that we have.
If I missed it, I apologize. How many companies do you have lined up for this year?
This year,
at this time?
This year, right now, we have about 20 so far. But like I say, literally yesterday, the New York Department of Labor and Jason Kershaw, actually in the Department of Monroe County, is helping us out. And they signed on as an official partner, which means we can use the logo. So it was just approved by legal a couple of days ago. And that's going to be key. That's going to be huge. He said he'll probably bring in an additional 40 to 50 companies, hopefully. So we're going to be working with him to make that happen.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Any other questions? All right. I'll ask for a motion to approve the execution. And to approve of the contract with the Summer Soul Music Festival for the purpose of funding a community job fair in an amount not to exceed $7,500.
Motion.
Moved by Lisa, seconded by Troy. Any other comments, changes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Continued success to you.
Absolutely, we truly appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you all. The next program support application today for this board to consider is from the Ibero-American Action League, or the Ibero Business Center. Board members may be aware of the La Marqueta development in the city of Rochester and the International Business Plaza in the city of Rochester is championed by the Ibero-American Action League. The city of Rochester is home to the second largest Puerto Rican American population in the state of New York outside of New York City. We're very fortunate to have Ibero-American Action League in our community supporting major developments like La Marqueta, like the International Business Plaza. This support request represents a county contribution to an effort that's also supported by the city of Rochester and ESL, business mentorship, consultation with entrepreneurs who are taking up residence within the International Business Plaza, as well as some courses and planning education services for those entrepreneurs. Here with us today is Augustin Rodriguez to talk a little bit more about this application and answer any questions from the board. Welcome, Augustin.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the time. Ibero Business Center is a division of Ibero-American Action League and is primarily hosted through Ibero-American Investors Corporation, a wholly owned investment corporation of Ibero-American Action League. We partnered with the city of Rochester to handle all the business consultations for all the new vendors that are moving into the International Plaza. This International Plaza is located in 828 North Clinton Avenue and has allowed us to bring in an opportunity to bring new businesses into the area as we continue to attract more foot traffic, mostly from the market days that happen on Sundays. So similarly, if you're aware of what happens on Saturdays, we're replicating that very same idea on North Clinton on Sundays with a Latin twist. So there's usually live music, there's usually a lot of vendors are very involved with the festivity, but that allows our anchor vendors, which right now we currently have 5, allowing them to generate enough sales really to carry them over for the rest of the week. These main 5 vendors that we are currently supporting, they're now opening their doors from Thursday to Sunday now because the scene works so well. So anytime, even after you leave here, you're looking for a lunch venue, I strongly urge you to come to North Clinton. Well, not today, today's Tuesday, right? We're close to it. Thursday to Sunday. But it allows you to really experience what North Clinton has to offer in a very safe manner. We want to welcome Monroe County to be a partner alongside this project. ESL Foundation, Rochester, Redco, and the Empire State Development have already major sponsors of Ibero Business Center, and we want to welcome Monroe County to help us visit.
Thank you. This is a $25,000 request.
Thank you. Any questions by the board? All right, I will ask for a motion to approve the execution and delivery of a contract with the Ibero-American Action League to support vendors at the International Plaza in an amount not to exceed $25,000.
So much.
Moved by Red, seconded by Troy. Any other comments, changes? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Continued success to you.
Thank you so much.
Happy to be a partner.
Yep, I personally welcome you to come on a Sunday, particularly it's a lot of fun. Thank you.
We better come, right? Right on that way.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, next item is Brew Road. I think you're gonna talk to us about that.
So Brew Road, we had a purchase contract for a solar farm. The property required some utility upgrades that the potential buyer did not want to undertake for the expense. So we are fortunate to have a backup offer. So you have the letter of intent in your packet. It is not for all 3 parcels. It is for 75 and 30. And on page 142 of your packet is a map that Robin included. that shows lot 30 and lot 75. And they're at full asking price per acre. The intended use is a truck company terminal and truck trailer repair. There will be a $10,000 refundable deposit for this purchase offer. And back to the other, our $10,000 deposit that we have is non-refundable because of the diligence period, and they elected to extend it. So we did make $10,000 off the first offer. So we have this, and assuming the board approves, we'll sign the letter of intent. And this is not the purchase and sale contract. We'll enter into the purchase and sale contract. But the request today is to give Anna the authority to pursue the sale with the new potential buyer.
Do you have more comments on anything?
That's,
Just turn it right over to Rachel.
no, Rachel handled it well. There's a lot of technicalities with this one, but thank you.
So it's 30 and 75. What's the status with 141?
No offer on 141. It's a good parcel, nothing particularly concerning about it. There is access. You know, it's not like it's landlocked or anything. So I know that our realtor, Alex, is going to continue, that Pyramid will continue to market that. He's done a nice job for us. Brought us 2 offers so far when, you know, that land is sat with no action for a long time.
Yeah.
How long is the due diligence period?
They are not undertaking, we don't have a purchase contract yet, but I expect it to be standard. It won't be, you know, with the use as a trucking terminal.
Any other questions or comments? All right, I'll ask for a motion to grant the executive director the authority to negotiate and execute a purchase and sale agreement and approve the conveyance of fee title to the property to the prospective buyer.
A motion.
Thank you, Joe. Seconded by Brad. Any other comment?
Back me up here, so the original, was that 900? What was the original?
It was for all 3 parcels,
Yeah.
same at all full asking price, but the aggregate was about
Somewhere.
900,000.
Yeah, it was about 9.
Yeah, because 141 is the largest parcel, so
Yeah, pull that out.
I'm struggling to get rid of this.
Half is better than none.
All right.
Thank you, Ann. We're not seeking any board action for this item, but out of an abundance of transparency, want to share with the board how much it costs to send our team out on the road for training and conferences. The first couple of names here on the list are Anna Boulay Fitzsimmons and Mercy Morrison. They work for PTAC. PTAC is, the PTACs across the country are required by the Department of Defense to participate in ongoing training. So you see those 2 up at the top of the list. And then the rest from Raquel on down to Robin's name, that represents the, So myself, Lydia, Allison, Robin, and Raquel down at the bottom of the list, we all attended the New York State Economic Development Council annual conference in Cooperstown. And Raquel Michael Castillo is pursuing some professional development through the Oklahoma Economic Development Institute, seeking a certified economic development, seeking to become a certified economic developer. So that's what's on the list this month, and we will continue to share dollars and cents with you pertaining to COMIDA staff travel on an ongoing basis. Are there any questions about any of these? You'll see documentation in your packets tied to all of the dollar amounts here.
From an auditing standpoint, Anna signs off on all of these funding requests for travel, and then I approve Anna's.
And I have one for you.
Oh, and you got another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Away again. All right. So just, so that we understand. Thank you. And then, employee retention.
Yes, so as you all are aware, COMIDA and MCIDC abide by Monroe County. We tend to mirror Monroe County's personnel policies. County Executive Bello announced at his State of the County that due to the county's ongoing issues around talent retention and really not being known for compensating county employees in the same way that other units of municipal government across the state do, he announced $500 quarterly retention payments to Monroe County employees. So we are proposing that this board approve a motion for $3,000 in employee retention payments and $500 quarterly installments over 18 months in accordance with that Monroe County policy, which was just approved by the county legislature last Tuesday night, the 14th. So it's a total amount of $3,000 for each employee, I believe. And I can.
How many? What?
How many? So we have Allison, we have three FTEs with COMIDA.
And
Robinson and PTAC.
Who do we have on them? We have
Allison, Robin, Julie, and then we have our PTAC employees, Mercy and Anna.
Okay.
So 5.
You want all my COLA information to get to the 8% on top of that?
Sure.
Sorry, Lydia.
Okay, any questions on this?
Is that enough?
I guess that's a good question to put in front of staff, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, right now with inflation and just the cost of living going up astronomically for everybody, the short answer, I suppose, is no. But I think what it would be great to do is have an ongoing open dialogue with staff and with the board about our plans going forward as to how we're compensating our employees. How do we compare with other IDAs? I mean, our workload here is pretty significant when you look at our sister organizations throughout the state. We have a huge workload. Our team here works around the clock. So we would of course be open to having conversations like that in the near and medium term. But it's a great question.
And I think collectively, it's a good place to start, but I think we need to keep our eye on where the economy is going, how bad this inflation gets. Inflation's not at 8.5%. I mean, that's what it's reported, but it's worse than that.
Right.
So, and we all know that. So I think we got to see where interest rates go. I think we got to see where the economy goes, then we can adjust accordingly just to make sure that they're comfortable and they're taken care of.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think we have an open door in that respect, don't we? I mean, we've made adjustments in the past where we needed to.
We have, yes. You all may be aware that for a long time, you know, Robin was technically on part-time, but we made Robin full-time. She was working full-time the whole period anyhow. We've made adjustments prior to this current economic conundrum that we're in, and moving forward, I think, I don't want to speak for Greg, but we can certainly afford to better compensate our team with the support of the board.
Yeah.
So can we put it in the minutes that maybe this needs to be readdressed and analyzed a little better with some numbers?
Sure.
Sooner than later, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's approve it now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's have an, like you said, let's have an open book policy regarding that, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, 2% just doesn't cut it anymore. That's essentially a pay cut standard.
Any other comments or questions on that?
Right.
Okay, I'll ask for a motion to approve $3,000 per employee retention payments and $500 quarterly payments over 18 months in accordance with Monroe County.
I'll motion it.
Second.
Moved by Troy, seconded by Joe. Any other comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. No action needed on the dashboard, right?
No, as you can see, we're busy. Number of Total projects to date is 19. You heard earlier on in the finance report that we're on pace to exceed our revenue projections for project activity by the end of this summer. So all good things. Any questions about the dashboard, job summary, incentive summary, fees, the workforce development fund? Oh, it's 12:58.
Oh, very
Having
good.
another battery
Very
year.
efficient today. I appreciate everyone's time. Our next meeting is July 19th, 2022, and at noon here. And congratulations to the staff and to the board. It's been a very strong year so far, and appreciate all of the time that you've commitments you make and on it for managing our successes every month for us. Any other questions? Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Be powerful.
Speedy today.
How's that, Joe?
We did it.